Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers and fellow rebels, and welcome to another video. Right, as you can see, and as we can all see, we're all going to be talking about the injustice of the system that we now live in, where our new leader, our new Stalin-esque ruler, is threatening and using the law to silence anyone who dares have any criticism, yet constantly and continually be exposed for the two-tier system that he introduces. And here's another one, something that needs to be addressed and brought to the forefront. And this is being brought here by Martin Daubney. And this is very, very true. The burning injustice of Batley. This week, British citizens have been jailed for years for Facebook posts with no proof of any real world harm. Just like the woman who was jailed for 26 months for screaming at a hotel. Yet nobody was ever prosecuted, let alone jailed, for the death threats that forced a Batley grammar school teacher into hiding. Because, of course, Labour want and are using hidden blasphemy laws to protect one demographic, the diners at Alan's snack bar, at the expense of literally everybody else. He remains in hiding with his wife and children, too afraid to work, for over 3 years. A mob of masked thugs travelled from outside the area to whip up a frenzy of fear. The school, the police, the politicians, his union, they all looked to the other way for the fear of offending the community. Shame on these cowards who bowed to the mob and failed not only the teacher but all of Britain, paving the way for resentment that lingers today. And we really do have two-tier Britain and a two-tier justice system. And there is no way in hell that you can argue any other reason and any other way of that. If a teacher is still living in fear of his life because of the ridiculous demands of Alan's snack bar, because what he did was blasphemy, and as far as I am still aware, until of course Labour bring it in, no doubt, we live in a secular country and everything is open to criticism, including religion, but not that religion, because that religion, no. If they were never prosecuted, why? Why are the two guys who beat 3 Manchester police officers, armed response officers, breaking one of the officers' noses, still not in prison? They've not been fast-tracked like everybody else has. No, they're on the telly in press conferences somehow trying to make out that they're the victims of all this. When your own Prime Minister, who I've demonstrated when in the head of the CPS, was just completely useless and bended the law to suit himself, when he's in charge and he goes on the podium and says, we will protect the Muslim community, he's showing favour. When he stands there and goes, the police will police without fear or favour, well, that's an absolute outrageous, complete and utter lie. But no, we're the problem. Those of us who speak out, and I know a lot of you won't speak out, and I fully understand why you don't want to. It's a risk. But the way you can do it is to share my videos, Paz's, Paul Thorpe's, the thousands of others concerned. There's look on there. There's thousands of us. Andy the Gabby Cabby, Clown World YouTube channel. Loads. More than I can remember straight off the top of my head. Look at those videos, watch them, and share them to everyone. Because tyranny wants us to be quiet, and we can't be quiet. We have to hold this tyranny, this suppression of our freedom of will, our freedom of speech, our freedom of expression to count by continually drawing attention to the hypocrisy and the vileness of the way that we're being treated. Being treated so bad that other countries all over the world can see how evil it's become here and are actually saying that out loud. That's what we need to do. So if you're fearful of speaking out, follow those that do, subscribe to those that do, share those that do. Remembering that all of us are fully aware now of the potential that we have hanging over our heads. As my disclaimer says at the beginning of every video, I at no time condone any violence or criminal acts that break the law. At all. But sometimes that criminal law seems extremely two-tiered. For instance, if you break into Greg's during the riot, you're arrested and charged with looting. But during the day when it's open, you can just walk in, fiddle everything off the shelf in your bag and walk out. Nothing happens. That sort of things. And that's what we're going to keep drawing attention to. And that's what we've got to keep saying isn't right, isn't fair. And as I keep saying now, with what seems to be my new catchphrase out of nowhere, please try and make it make sense. Any case, I'm done with that. It's enough. So, until the next one.
This once great nation, eroded by time, but is crushed by